Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is peacemakers, and we're fortunate to have with us the CEO of the organization Peacemakers, as well as Miss Elizabeth Dial, to talk about some of the activities in reference to this organization and some of the things that they are doing and hope to do in reference to helping to create a better society. And of course, Ms. Greenlee, let me first introduce you, because you've been with us on a number of occasions. Yes. And what we would like for you to do is to introduce Ms. Dial and give us the reason that she's here. And after she introduces herself, to come back to you and to start talking about the other members that will join us later on, as well as some of the things that you're involved in.
Oh yes, I'm honored and very pleased to introduce Miss Elizabeth Dial. She came through Nashville Peacemakers from juvenile court, and she will be sharing that. And at the end of the next segment, I will also have a marketing person here, Pasita Job. I will also have a student who have came through Nashville Peacemakers, Quantaz Cleves, and he will be talking about what he do now in the community.
Very good. Let's start off, Ms. Greenlee, by having you to identify this organization, Peacemakers, for our audience, because I think we've talked about it on a number of occasions, and then Ms. Dial will join you in terms of how she became involved with this organization.
Yes, Nashville Peacemaker is an organization that's been going on for almost 10 years, and what we do, we come out to the community and try to educate and bring the awareness of youth violence, troubled teens. Due to the murder of my own son, people know about my story and my son. I continue to grow into what I believe in. And in order to keep doing things that I do, I always have to bring people, new people in to help get me to another level. And this is what we're getting ready to do with Nashville Peacemaker. We're bringing a model to the nation so we can have other states to follow what we're getting ready to bring to the community. And this is why Liz Dial has tagged on with the organization.
Very good. Ms. Dial, why don't you give us some information about your background,
Sure.
your education, and some of your experiences?
Well, Dr. Haney, the reason I'm here is because of you, because I was watching your show one morning, couldn't sleep. I was working with juvenile court. I have a degree in criminal justice, and I was a supervised probation officer for Davidson County. And it was on a Saturday morning, and I couldn't sleep. It was 6 o'clock or 6:30, I don't remember exactly, flipping through the station and saw this little teeny weeny girl and the powerful message that she was bringing. And of course it captivated me because I'm working with high-risk kids and high-risk families. So of course I didn't know it was a tape program, but I hurried around, got a piece of paper and a pencil, and I jotted her number down, and I immediately called Clemmy within 15-20 minutes after the show, after it was over with. And when I said, Clemmy, this is Liz Dial with juvenile court. She said, juvenile court? She says, I've been trying to get in juvenile court for a couple of years. Well, we hooked up. We talked for about 4 or 5 hours at a restaurant, hooked her up with the gang specialist, Alate Russ at Davidson County Juvenile Court, and then she started helping him. He always presented every month a program that the probation officers used and made it a requirement for a condition of probation. In the meantime, I got in touch with some people at the detention center in the building and asked if we could take Alate, the gang specialist, Clemmy, and we had some other people that had some stories that had been in trouble, older and younger, that had a success story like Clemmy did. And the kids are just absolutely captivated with her. I mean, it's like a tennis match. She walks this way, they follow her. It's just incredible because they identify with Clemmy. Yeah. That's why I was so captivated. I wanted to share her with every kid that I had on my caseload and all the kids at juvenile court. Yeah. She was a runaway. She was sexually abused at 5. You know, she had a teen pregnancy. She got in trouble with juvenile court. Yeah. She got into drugs. She got into drug trafficking, selling and using drugs. And then, of course, her son was murdered, as she mentioned. Her son was murdered. And then she went into treatment.